I want you to quickly talk about to the people who have the dreams, aspirations for the league, who aren't going to the big shiny schools. What would you say to everyone that goes to small schools and wants an opportunity in the league? We're live. Yeah, already did those. I think we should be good, right? I'm gonna take a little sip of my drink.
Look at this timing. The sun is really out. We're about to look good.
Oh, that's on camera too. And we're keeping that.
Bloopers.
Okay. Yeah, no, we're definitely keeping that. Thank you. Yes. I appreciate it. Okay.
Is it golden hour? Do we look good? Yeah.
We look good. That's all that matters. The bar is going up when we speak. Huh?
You're not locked in. It's okay. Appreciate you, bro.
Cheers, brother. Cheers, brother.
Nah, I hate this.
I hate that this is going to be here, but who cares? All right. We're in Houston. Don't know how we got here, but we're here. So next to my brother here, Ian Willer.
What's up, guys?
Howard walk-on turned NFL pro, NFL running back. So I know you're here in Houston right now, still rehabbing.
Right.
How has that process been?
Wind is crazy. Rehab has been challenging.
There, make sure.
My fault.
No, we're good. We're good.
Rehab's been challenging,
okay,
to say the least. Just like really going from being able to, I guess, do everything that you want to do to not being able to walk, and then having to like reteach yourself how to walk, reteach yourself how to jump, how to do things that you're just used to doing. But now that we're like in this phase, I'm about like 6-ish months out.
Okay.
I'm like good. I can start doing things. I can really start moving around. So rehab's getting better every day.
Okay. Okay. Now you told me you born in NOLA, moved to Houston. When did you move to Houston from NOLA?
Katrina.
Yeah. Okay.
So 05.
Okay. So talked about that transition. I'm guessing it was because of Katrina.
Yeah. I was very little.
Okay.
But you know, going from having like a real like network down there, everybody knows everybody, having like godparents, cousins, uncles, like things like that, to coming down here and there's really not being anything. And it was just my mom and I, and then she had my little brother not too long after that. Just being able to work through that was always going to be a challenge. But Houston was a better place for us, more opportunities for everybody, my mom, myself, my brother. So we just stayed here. It was better for everybody. Okay,
okay. Now, I did a little bit of research on St. Thomas. What type of school would you say that is in general, and then football specific? Because I know what the culture is like, especially in Houston, but just in Texas in general when it comes to football.
St. Thomas in particular, or just?
St. Thomas in particular, yeah.
Okay. It's a good school. It's a good school. It's a college prep school. I ended up I went to public school for my whole life, and then I found out about it, and I decided to go there. But really good school, really good dudes, and it's like they really push you to be a better person. Okay. A lot of that, like a lot of Catholic schools, they say that, but I feel like I really did become a better person while I was there. Football-wise, winning culture, but never like finishing. That's the part that sucks. Like we haven't won a state championship since '93. Okay. And my class was one of the first classes to really give a push consistently.
Okay.
And just work through that, and they've been getting this like state, they've been getting the semis, and they just can't finish. But hopefully some new things are on the rise. But yeah, like football is a little serious. Even at a private school like that, it gets serious. Okay. Now
I remember reading it's an article that talked about a Thursday in October. I want to say it was 2018. You were inducted into the, I want to say, National Honor Society at St. Thomas.
Like Narwhal,
man. They said a day later you had 226 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns in a game. What instilled you to kind of have that sense of achievement, not just for sports or not just for education, but that diversity to excel at in all phases?
My mama really pushed learning. Okay. I always came up, I was the bright one. So that's always been a thing where we're just like, this football stuff can always leave. Football can disappear. You can, like, something can happen, you never play football ever again, but your brain's your brain.
Yeah.
So just being able to do that and make sure that you handle your business in the classroom and make sure that you were learning, that was the most important thing for my mom. I wouldn't say it was the most important thing for me because I love football. I love football and I love learning too, but it's just like, you know, you got to keep your grades up to play in the first place. So it's like, okay, why would I be average at something when I can just be good at it?
Yeah.
Or be great at it and then go be great at something else at the same time.
Okay. I have a quote I want to read to you that I got from an article. This is from your mouth. I have gained a deep understanding of how important it is to be well-rounded as possible. I want to have a conversation with whomever I come across to learn something about that person, where they come from, who they are as people. It truly makes the world a smaller and more enjoyable place and means you're not restricted by artificial boundaries.
I said that.
You did say that.
When did I say that?
I don't know when you said that, but you did say that.
That's crazy.
Wait, would you say that was influence from your mom to have that openness, to not really judge and be down to earth, to want to know all types of people?
Absolutely. Just like she pushed me to try new things, to basically like be better.
Okay.
Like I think as a parent, you always want your kid to be better than you.
Yeah.
So she was just like, I want you to try new things. I want you to like keep your head high whatever room you walk in.
Yeah.
Like you are good enough. You could be like, you can compete with anyone. You could be around anyone, learn from anyone, because you have the knowledge, the prerequisite knowledge to have that conversation regardless.
Okay. Dread check, by the way.
Dread check.
Hey, dread check. Lock check. Yeah, lock check.
My fault.
No, you're good. All right, so I also read that you said Duke was your top school.
Yeah.
At one point. I think you had listed Stanford. There was a couple other schools, but I saw nothing about any HBCU at all. Mm-hmm. So how the hell did you get to Howard?
All right. I guess this is my first time actually talking about this on
Okay.
here. So the reason, I'm going to explain why I wanted to go to those other schools. When I was coming up, I wanted to go to LSU because Louisiana, LSU, whatever. I realized LSU kind of sucked as a school academically. Let me not, it doesn't suck, but like it's decent. It's decent. It's straight, right? Then I wanted to go to Stanford because Christian McCaffrey was at Stanford, cutting up, doing his thing, and I knew it was a really good school. So I was like, okay, cool. Then I realized Stanford's really expensive. I don't know if I'm gonna get a scholarship to Stanford, whatever. But Duke's always been in the back of my head because when I was coming up, they have this thing in the South called the Duke Talent Identification Program, where basically you take a test. They think like if you get a certain grade on a test, they'll be like, oh, okay, this kid has like is gifted and talented, kind of like GT or magnet programs in other places, but this is with the college. So there were a bunch of programs they did where like I was like in 5th grade, like surgeon for a day, biologist for a day, this, that, and the third. And then when I get to like middle school, high school, we were doing things where like we would go to dorms like at Rice or LSU or any of the other schools down south, and you would take a course for like 3-4 weeks. It was called Summer Studies. Loved that place. Got a lot of good friends. But you would learn like kind of like in a college environment, and they would teach you a whole bunch of stuff. And like for that, I was like, okay, so this is what they do with kids. What are they gonna do when I'm actually like there attending? So I was like, this is a good school. I already know it was a good school. No HBCUs. I didn't realize HBCUs were a thing. I went to like the Bayou Classic because TSU, Southern and Grambling, like that was cool. Like we knew about the Bayou Classic, went to TSU stuff. I just didn't realize HBCUs were like a whole different thing. So when I was visiting colleges, I went to Duke, went to Georgetown, went to Howard, and like my mom was like, I was like, okay, I mentioned all the other schools, so you should go visit Howard. So I visited Howard, and I was like, this is cool. They got black squirrels. Like, this is cool. Like, it was quiet because it was like summertime, so nobody was there. I was like, this is a cool little campus. I'm gonna apply. Like, so I wasn't even thinking about it grand scheme, but I like.
You're just like, might as well just.
I might as well apply, and like everything else.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, just take a drink. Take a sip. Some good juice, right?
No,
it's not.
I don't like.
Then why are you taking a sip of it?
Because I spent $7 on this, bro.
Oh yeah, nah, you definitely gotta drink it now. Yo, shout out Morning After.
Shout out Morning After.
This is not an ad, but this is an ad.
Great food truck. Well, drink truck.
Terrible drinks.
No, I wanted to try something. We talking about being well-rounded. I wanted to try something different. So this
There
is
we go.
strawberry hibiscus lemonade. I didn't think there was gonna be this much strawberry in it. It's good.
Shout out to all the strawberries out there.
I just don't like strawberries.
And the hibiscuses.
But the hibiscus is cool, and then like look, got a little heart.
Hibiscus.
I'm gonna say, I wish it can zoom in or something, but look.
No,
man,
trust me, I'll zoom in.
it's got the whatchamacallit.
Post edits.
Nice
zoom
little
in.
thing on there. It's cute.
Yeah, take a sip.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It's good. Not for me, but it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
My check. My fault.
So then, what made you make the decision to actually go to Howard? Past just throwing in an application.
Senior year. I'm gonna be very honest.
Okay. Yeah,
so
no. That
Howard was
the
my
same space.
Howard was my safety school.
Okay.
Straight up. I hated saying that when I got to Howard because it's everybody's dream school.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah. Like I had the scores to
go
get
in,
it
yeah.
to get into a lot of schools. I just didn't. It's how it shook out. I failed because we went by quarters. My first quarter, I took AP Lit. I'm taking like 5-6 AP classes. I failed AP Lit my first quarter because MLA. So what my teacher would do is whenever we had an MLA error on like an essay, I'd lose 20 points off top. Doesn't matter.
One error.
Yeah, no matter what the error was, if you will lose 20 points, period. So I was getting B's and A's on stuff, but it's like 70, 68. And that's like ended up getting me like failing the class.
Okay.
So that's sickening. So
Yeah.
that a bunch of schools, if you fail your senior year, like that first semester, they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're not gonna let you, especially like the schools that we're talking about, like
Yeah.
Duke, Columbia, like St. Louis, U Chicago. These are like top tier schools. So it's like, oh, okay, like you don't take it serious. When that wasn't the case, but it just shook out like that.
Okay.
So Howard still accepted me.
Yeah. Shout out Howard.
Shout out Howard.
Shout out to safety school.
I got a good education. I don't know.
No, for sure. Okay, so when you left high school, was your plan to play football in college at all? It was.
I talked to them before. It's Cato June.
Okay.
I don't know if you. I don't think
No,
you
I
ever met
don't.
Coach Jones, but he was a linebackers coach when I first got there. I told him I wanted to walk on, or like if they had any scholarships left. No scholarships left. They took forever to respond to me. No comment. But hey, Coach June was like, you can walk on, and I was like, cool. So I talked to him, and I talked to David Oliver, track coach.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, okay, you have a walk on spot too, because I wanted to do both at the same time.
Okay.
And yeah, I already knew that what I was gonna do. I thought I was gonna have to try out. I was a preferred. They said they were gonna make me try out. Didn't have to try out, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I already knew I was gonna play ball there.
So when you first got to Howard, did you do both? Initially you did both. So in the spring you did run track.
Yeah.
Okay.
Up until COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So COVID hits, you come back, you were in that spring season, the Ice Bowl and all that stuff. Okay. All right. So break down. I mean, I have an idea because I was a walk-on.
Right.
But for them, break down what that was like, especially for someone who went to a Texas school,
Right.
had success from what I saw at a Texas school. Your head might be a little big, some people, you know what I mean? You're going to HBCU. People
Right.
don't really respect HBCUs when it comes to sports. What was that time like when you were a walk-on?
I'm not gonna lie to you. My confidence was low.
Okay.
Just because it was like you could feel the difference. Because even like little things where these guys have all been like even people in my class. These guys have all been with each other for the last 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am showing up a day before training camp or the first day of training camp, and I'm like trying to fit in. I can't fit in because I'm staying in a room by myself. I don't have a roommate until like the school year starts because I'm rooming with a NARP. No
Yeah.
offense to NARPs out
Yeah,
there.
no,
But,
shout out to NARPs.
but like I'm with a NARP, and it's just like for the first 2-3 weeks, and I moved in by myself. My mom didn't come up because I took a flight.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm just struggling. Like I put my sheets on my bed. That's all I got. I don't have anything else in my room. I got sheets and clothes. I brought cleats and like girdles and stuff because I'm like, okay, they got to give me pads,
Yeah.
but I don't know what else they're gonna give me because
Yeah.
no one ever explained the stuff to me. So it was real lonely at first, and then like obviously just the way I am, I'm a quieter guy. So the people, like my room, we didn't necessarily click at first.
Yeah.
It took a while, but over time, it's just like you have to build your confidence because even if you are like a great athlete, even if you are a guy and you know you're gonna be that guy, it takes a second for you to like adjust. So it just took me a little bit longer than some other people to adjust for me to feel like, oh, okay, I do belong here.
Okay. So when would you say you felt that way?
Honestly, not until that spring season during COVID. That whole freshman year, I kind of like, there would be moments where I'm like, oh, okay, I can keep up, and there'll be times where it just like I feel like I would crash, especially because I was an athlete, so I'm going in on special teams. I'm not returning. I'm just going there, crash dummy, just like run around, hit people, get up, tackle, go try to block this dude who's 6'8", 250. I know you can't even know you're 5 something.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead and handle your business.
Yeah.
So I wasn't playing running back. I was just doing special teams. So I was just like, oh, okay, like this kind of sucks. Like, this isn't what I signed up for, but it's a part of the game.
Yeah.
And it was hard. It was hard at first. So like that whole first season, it was a mess. And then obviously our coach getting fired during that year didn't help either.
Yeah.
It was a lot going on.
Okay.
So it was just like, it wasn't until like I really got back there and I had that time to myself during COVID and just like, okay, I know I can run with all y'all. That's not an issue. That like I felt confident in everything. Okay.
So I want to say that your breakout season was
that following fall.
Yeah. So that would be 21. Fall 21.
Yeah.
That was a breakout season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you were given a scholarship going into the next season, correct?
Correct.
Okay. What was that feeling like? And how did that all happen?
Breaking out, that was fun. I hurt myself in the first game. Okay. I sprained my MCL in the first game. Scored a touchdown on a sprained MCL. Not a lot of people can say that, but yeah, that sucked. Like, because there was rehab for that too. I didn't have to get surgery or anything like that. But like coming back in a shorter amount of time than expected, and then immediately showing out, like cutting up at homecoming, cutting up. Anytime I like touched the ball, I led the team in touchdowns for like 7 games. So it was just like, oh, okay, like I'm here.
Yeah.
Like I'm here and I feel good about it. And then getting the scholarship just kind of reaffirmed everything, because if I didn't, I was gone. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you, because it's just like I've gotten too good for you to keep playing in my face.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but no, being able to like be with my teammates, with my friends during the summertime, just like work through it. That like all that was just so rewarding, because it's like I knew how much I put into this. Like long summers working a job. Like working a job in the summertime, still doing this, working a job during COVID, working out 2-3 times a day because I want to be better. I want to be a better football player, not just for me, but for my teammates. Mm-hmm. And then being reaffirmed by a coach saying, like, I see how much you've worked. Like, let me take care of this for you. Mm-hmm. It means a lot. Okay.
Now, speak to the people out there that are walk-ons. And so I'm just going to give you my opinion. Mm-hmm. Someone who was a walk-on, who was also kicked off the team, right. Who was one of those walk-ons that felt at some point like I should be playing. I do feel that performance, or like your production, is what's going to speak at the end of the day, right? Like whether you get 1 chance or 5 chances, if you don't take advantage of that 1 chance, that could be it for you. Right. Speak to what that pressure was like for you as a preferred walk-on, and those opportunities that you were given, those small amounts of opportunities you were given.
That pressure sucks.
Yeah.
Because it's not just, I'm gonna speak for myself. Actually, I'm gonna speak for all athletes. I know that as an athlete, there's already a tremendous amount of pressure that you put on yourself to perform.
Of course.
Because you, like in your head, even though like you're Kyle Simon, when you're out there, I'm Kyle Simon, I'm the athlete, I did this, I did that. I can handle business, I know what I can do. I'm working these dudes in practice every day. Like, I know I can play. So when you go out there, and you run your route to 7 instead of 9, or the ball just slips through your hands, which happens to everybody. You're the hardest on yourself. Mm-hmm. And then you have 10, 15 other voices also on you. And it gets to be a lot. It hurts, because you're just like, y'all don't know everything that I've been through to even get myself to this position. So yeah, like knowing that, and knowing like that your opportunities are gonna be sparse. Ooh, sparse, that's a good word.
Sparse. Columbia. AP Lit.
Knowing that your opportunities are going to be limited.
Yeah, there we go.
I can't believe it. Knowing that your opportunities are going to be limited, you have to be able to like have a mind, have an extreme confidence in yourself, and or have the memory of a goldfish, where like you literally cannot let that bother you.
Yeah.
And I know that's something I struggle with up until Honestly, my last year, because I was like, even when I like was on scholarship, I was like, bro, like for some reason or another, I'm not starting. I'm not getting the reps that I think I should get. So every time I get the ball, I'm supposed to score. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't happening like that. Sometimes it just doesn't shake out like that. So it was just like, I'm putting this insane amount of pressure on myself because I'm like, I want to be the best. I want to step on the field, and I want everyone to know that I'm the best player on the field without a question. And it didn't feel that way because I wasn't getting the results that I wanted, even if I had the right process.
Gotcha.
And that's the hard part, knowing when you have the right process, even when you're not getting the right results.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that coaches, people who are in athletics always say is that when your coach is getting on you, that's when you know they care. I feel like that's one of the hardest things to understand as an athlete, because in the moment, it feels like
you're on my ass.
Yeah, like, yo, like, cool it. You get what I'm saying? Did you understand that initially, and did you actually see it come to fruition in which people started caring and more, was getting on you more, and that led to you then getting more playing
That's
time?
something that I learned out here in Little League.
Okay.
Just because, like, football is real serious out here. So, like, even in Little League, it's very serious. So, like, when I'm getting cussed out by a coach, I'm like, oh, okay. I noticed you're not talking to that kid at all. That kid doesn't play. I play.
Yeah.
Like he did the exact same thing I did wrong, but you just keep it moving.
Yeah.
So it's just like knowing that it helps, but at the same time, not every coach knows how to talk to people. So there'll be times where a coach will say something that's like actually crazy. Like you're not supposed to say that to someone that's under you, no matter what the circumstances are. Or like you're making this a lot more emotional than it has to be than you just correcting a mistake and keeping it pushing. But you have to be able to kind of filter that out and just be like, okay, he's saying this right here. Let me just understand what he's saying. And let me not trip.
Yeah.
It's just, that's the biggest thing.
Okay. Dread check. Dread check.
There's got to be like a counter. Like you got to add a little counter at the end, just like lock check.
Lock check. I'm gonna add something on the bottom every time you do a lock check. Okay, so scholarship, you were on scholarship the last 2 years. Or that was the last 2 years, right? Because it'd be 22, 23.
Yeah.
And then 23, 24. We're going to fast forward to 23, 24. I want to say, well, actually, I mean, we could do 22, 23. Either way, Eden came in 22, 23, right?
Yeah.
So that running back room became very populated.
Crowded. Yeah,
right? A lot of talented running backs. And we don't, the other stuff is the other stuff that makes everything come to what it was. I would say from my perspective, you took sort of a backseat. How did you feel about that initially, and how were you able to kind of keep your head down and keep working and not feel like you were kind of being overlooked?
I thought I should have been starting from the start just because of the year that I had before.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. I was like, okay, that didn't happen, that's fine. And you have to kind of take the stuff in stride, because I knew that I brought value to the team outside of just being a running back. Like I'm a returner. I go make plays on any special team that you need me to make a play on. So it's like I understood that my value didn't just rely on me having to carry the ball or having to pass. Actually, that's a lie, because I was the best pass protector.
Yeah,
but I didn't have to be the main person carrying the ball.
Yeah.
I understood that when I got my chances, I'll make the most of my chances. And I thought for the most part I did. Now, like I was saying earlier, sometimes you have the right process, don't get the results you want. So there were times during that 22 season where my eyes are in the right spot, but like stuff doesn't get blocked right. And it's just like, oh, okay, well, this play's not working. And then Eden or Jared comes in the game, all of a sudden it's blocked right, and they get 30 yards. I'm just looking at it, I'm kind of sick.
Yeah.
But that's football.
Yeah.
So I can't be mad. And obviously, I'm always going to be happy for my brothers and my teammates. And when we're winning, what is there really to complain about?
Of course.
So it's just like having to put your ego to the side. And that's the hardest thing about all this stuff, because even like when you get to the pros, you got all these dudes who were top 3 on their teams, at least like one of the best people on the team. Especially if you go to a small school, you're the best player on your team. All of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, like you're gonna have to play special teams. You're gonna have to do stuff that like you've never done before, and you don't want to do. Are you gonna do it? Or are you gonna have an ego and think you're too good for it, and someone else is gonna take your job tomorrow?
Yeah. Gotcha.
So it's just like being able to understand that this is a team game. At the end of the day, it's about wins or losses.
Yeah.
And if you can help bring wins to it, that's all that really matters.
Of course.
But it was hard.
No,
it was
for
hard.
sure. For sure. And speaking of hard moments, I want to say one of the hardest moments I thought for you was Celebration Bowl. FAMU, again, another really good season for someone who was taking a back seat. You're doing everything right. Going down, tackling on kickoff, returning kickoffs, all the stuff, right? And doing well at running back. I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, you had 6 carries.
I think I had less than that, man.
Maybe had less, okay. Less than 6 carries in the biggest game of Howard University football.
Yeah.
Maybe in a long time, maybe ever, honestly, right? How did you feel about that whole moment? As someone, of course, from the outside, you carry yourself well, you very humble, but everyone was talking about it. You weren't the only one, right? If you were talking about it here, everybody was talking about it.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? And you got smacked too.
Yeah. So
We'll make sure we play that.
that's so crazy.
Right on the
You know, it's crazy. I actually showed that to my new teammates, and I was like, the first time I've been on ESPN, there's no name.
Yeah.
There's no name on there. They just say this player got hit, and I was like, this is my first time on ESPN, and they laughed for 20 minutes. We were in the meeting room laughing for 20 minutes about me getting lit up, but sickening.
Yeah.
To like answer your question, I was so sick because, bro, you put everything out there. I didn't know if I was coming back or not, so I was like, I'm trying to like put us in a position to win, like, and I did. First play of the game, I flipped the field, and then I do it again. I was like 2 yards away from breaking the record, and that's on me. I dropped the ball. I could have scored, but like that's on me. I should have did that.
Hey.
But watching that, and especially watching our run game not get going as it should have, I was just like, what's the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing over. Yep.
And I'm not gonna say nothing.
Yep.
But I'm right here. I'm ready to go in whenever y'all want me to. So it was just like it was a situation where I was just like, gotta make the most of it. So I did. I had a great game returning.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
outside of that, it was just like, it is what it is. Like I knew that every time I went on the field, I did my very best. So I couldn't even be mad about anything. Once we finished, I dapped up the guys. Got up out the locker room, said what's up to my friends, and yeah, that was cool. I was fine. It is what it is.
Yeah. Now, I want to say I don't remember because I was extremely surprised when you ended up in the league.
Right.
I remember you. No. Meaning, like, from what I remember, I didn't think you cared that much, right? From like, again, I didn't really talk to you all the time and see where your head was at, but I knew you talked about med school. I knew you wanted to go to med school. What happened?
So like, I think there was a miscommunication in locker because a lot of people thought like I thought they were like, oh, okay, you're just done. And I was like, I don't know who told y'all that. I think not to like put blame on nobody, but I think one of the coaches thought that I didn't want to play football just because I had other aspirations outside of football, and
Which
they just
usually happens.
They were like, oh, okay, yeah, like he doesn't want to play, and it's
Yeah.
like that's not true. You can't put life on pause.
Isn't that so funny? Like, if you do an internship and you come 4 days late to camp, they think you don't care.
Yeah, no, it's like
Yeah.
football is not everything. I just want football is not everything. There are other things that you have going on in your life.
Amen.
But no, I think it's just because like I had other stuff going on that people thought that I didn't want to do it, and it was like, why would I not want to accomplish a childhood dream?
Yeah.
Like, why would I come back an extra year just for me? You thought I just wanted to be here?
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to like be the best. So like, why would I not? I know I could get better from here. Why would I hang up my cleats right now?
Of course.
But I don't know why people thought I didn't want to play. I love football.
Okay.
I love football.
So then, how did the whole process happen? How did we get to the Chicago Bears?
That was actually really weird too. But obviously they have the HBCU combine, so I went to that. Didn't do that good, honestly, in my opinion. I did okay. Did great in the drills, and then they had the HBCU Legacy Bowl, All-State Legacy Bowl. The next week, showed out in the Legacy Bowl. I think I was like No, I was the best. I was the best offensive player there, and I'll keep it like that. I was the best offensive player there, and did my best there. Went to pro day, had a great pro day, had a way better pro day, and it's like they see the numbers from the combine, they see the numbers from the pro day, and it's like everything improved. So it's like okay, I show that I'm coachable, things like that. Had some calls with some coaches, nothing really solid. Had an agent by then. My agent was like, I think the Bears like you a lot, and I was like, oh, I haven't heard a lick from the Bears. Then I get a package in the mail, and it's like a shirt and a hat, and I'm like, oh, okay, like they sent me something.
Yeah.
This gotta mean something.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says. It has to mean something. So I'm excited about that, and then draft time comes around. Talking to my agent, day one. Obviously, I'm not gonna hear anything on day one. Day two, day three. Day two. They're like, he says, okay, tomorrow they're gonna send you a contract as soon as the draft is over because they're not allowed to send you anything before. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, that's cool with me. And then I like day three, I get a call from them. I already talked to the coach by then. Talked to one of the scouts. He was like, yeah, we really love to have you here. This is what we're thinking. Cool. Then the Commanders, they call me.
Okay.
And it's Anthony Lynn, the running back coach.
Okay.
And he was like, I don't know how we missed you. And I was like, I don't know either because your guy was running our pro day. But I was like, okay. He was like, I really love your game. I like carrying this many backs at the camp. I think I see you making an impact on the team. I was like, cool, that's cool. I appreciate that. And he was like, whatever they're paying, like we'll double your signing bonus. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I thought about it and I was like, what's really the best situation for me? And why would I not? Because this isn't what I did in college. And you see how it turned out.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I not go with the people who already believed in me from the jump instead of one of the people that like last minute tried to grab me?
Yeah.
So it was like really a matter of that. Like, oh, okay, I know I'm going to be going to a team with a lot of history, a lot of culture, like a highly like regarded organization in the league.
Yes.
So it was just like, even if they aren't winning right now, I could be part of the reason why they start winning. And like just being in a place like Chicago, it's important. Like, I don't know, history is important, and like them believing in me, that was really the big thing. Like, you guys have been looking for me for the last month and a half. It's better than the day before. Mm-hmm. Like, so it's just like, okay, I'm gonna go with them.
Okay.
And that was really how it was. So
okay.
Once I made that call, and the rookie mini camp was first week in May.
Okay.
I was up there.
Okay. Now, we were talking about kind of being overshadowed in terms of the running back room. Did you have any fear that would happen as well throughout your process, since, especially at Howard, since Aneem was the guy? Right. That was the guy, the specimen, yeah. That, especially because, and I was Kenny gonna come out initially?
I think he was thinking about it, but okay. I wasn't sure. But it was like it was questioning from what I understood from the scouts. It was Aneem, Kenny, and myself. Those are the big three, the big three that they were looking for at Howard.
Okay. So was there any fear at all when it came to like maybe being overshunned in terms of you not being the main attraction that they were coming to look at, or was it? Because again, I'm saying from my point of view, we know Aneem was the guy, right. So with that being the case, were you ever worried at all that maybe you
not worried
missed?
Not worried, like, because at that point it is what it is. Like, I like, not to say that I wasn't good enough, but I didn't convince the people in the building that I was good enough to start. Okay. So I had to just kind of, football wasn't the only thing I had going on. So it was like, if this is it. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna put my best foot forward. I'm gonna do this combine training. Had a great pro day. So like, I was like, shoot, if they don't want me now, it is what it is, and that's cool. Like, I did my very best, and that's like, I got 1 year to try. That's it. So at that point, I was just like,
yeah, I get what you're saying. All right, so talk us through. You get that contract, sign with Chicago Bears. Walk us through that period all the way to training camp.
Rookie minicamp was easy. Okay. Rookie minicamp was real easy, and
they send you right away. You said it was a week after.
We had like a month. Okay. Because I think drafts last week in April, something like that.
Yeah, last week April.
So, and then rookie minicamp is not too long after that. I forgot, but we went to rookie minicamp. I'm meeting everyone, introducing myself, and the rookies. Obviously, I'm with first round picks, and it was like, oh, okay, like, this isn't too bad. I didn't feel out of water. Like, there was another guy, that was with me. It's Ayo. I think Ayo was with me. He went to Villanova. He was the other back that they brought in for camp. And I was just kind of like listening. I was trying to like gather information, trying to learn the playbook because I'm already signed. So I know that I'm gonna most likely be here past mini camp unless I do something egregious.
Crazy, yeah.
So it's like I'm just trying to make sure that I keep learning and keep getting better, and I'm trying to understand exactly what my coach is saying. And that was difficult just because they're changing stuff for Caleb at the same time. So it's like I'm learning stuff, and then there's things that I've never heard of before, blitzes that I've never seen before. That's really the hardest part, like picking up blitzes and understanding where to be, because it's not even like they're that much faster. Like in my eyes, of course they're freaks. Freaks are freaks everywhere. But it's like, it's not that they're that much faster, it's that there's no hesitation. Because even in college, if you know where you're supposed to be, some guys will hesitate, even though they I know I have outside contain. They might take that half a step for some reason. These guys, there's no hesitation ever. So just having to learn through, like get over those like rookie lumps and just kind of like, oh, okay, I can play here, I can play fast, I can keep up, especially when the vets came in for OTAs, and just trying to find my role within that and like learn the playbook. That was challenging, and I got cussed out a lot, but like I learned a good bit.
Okay. Now, when you say signed, by the way, are we talking like money signed, like you right away? Because there's like, obviously there's like first round, second round, they get their own type of contracts. Right. Undrafted free agent, you were signing, and there's a commitment to how many years was already secured for you? Like, what is that?
I signed a three-year deal, which is like the rookie minimum for a certain amount. I forgot what the amount is, but
we'll pocket watch later.
I signed it, and then like that's supposed to like, you know, you're guaranteed at least this certain amount of money, which was like my signing bonus. My signing bonus was a certain amount. We're gonna talk about that later.
No, for sure.
Signed my signing bonus, and then like it's just like, okay, cool. I got it probably like 3 weeks later or something like that. It wasn't like I was paying for anything. I was at the facility, so it didn't really matter. But it was just like, yeah, that's it. You just signed. And then obviously there are tryout guys that come out for rookie minicamp and they try out. And then you got your vets and things like that come in during OTAs. But yeah.
Okay. Now, talk about that. Where we're going, training camp to preseason. What was that period like? I'm guessing it was a lot different than rookie minicamp.
Rookie minicamp and OTAs are smooth compared to training camp. Okay. So training camp was hard.
Okay.
Training camp's hard, and not even for the practice, because the practice is like
college hard? College training camp type of difficult?
No, it's harder than college.
Harder.
It's harder than college.
Physically, mentally, all of it.
Mentally is way harder.
Okay.
Because college, I think part of it is like, obviously I'm learning a new system. So like when I like second, third year of being in the same system, I understand what's going on. There's not a whole lot of thinking that I have to do, and I'm good. But by the time, like when we had our thing going for training camp, I'm learning stuff. They're kind of changing some things, like not this cadence is going to be this cadence. Like not everything is under center, like pro style stuff, and it's just, you're learning a lot all at once, even though you already learned it. But like there's small tweaks, like, oh, okay, this is going to be a 3-count screen instead of a 2-count screen. And it's like that little bit of information, you have to keep that in mind. And it's just, you have to find your own systems and ways of learning things. And I didn't necessarily find mine at first, and that took me a little bit. And then obviously going up against, like sometimes I get thrown in with the ones. I get thrown in the mix with the ones, and it's like, oh, okay, I have to block TJ Edwards running through the A-gap. And it's like, oh, okay, let's pick him up. Let's pick him up. And like, all that was hard. I pulled my hamstring during training camp, so that kind of set me back. And that messed me up bad, bro, because it was like, obviously it's not the same as it used to be, but like people used to just get cut all throughout camp, just like, oh, okay, like we don't need 90, like we'll roll with 80 something into the end of the game. And like you see some of your teammates, they get cut and they bring in a new guy the next day. So I'm like, oh, okay, I pulled my hamstring, I'm fried. Like I don't have anything else to do. I had like a whole little mental breakdown in the locker room. But once I like got to play again, scored 2 touchdowns in my first preseason game.
That was big.
Yeah, that was hard.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Then next game I do really well, and like once I really started believing in myself and knowing that like I'm supposed to be here. If I was supposed to be here, they wouldn't have signed me. Like that's really it at the end of the day. Like they could have cut me and brought in someone else. Like that was that. So once I really got into that phase of like, you can play with these dudes. It doesn't really matter like what school you went to. None of that matters anymore. Just go out there, you're an NFL player, go play. Once I got past that, I was fine. I was rolling. I can run with the best of them. I can block. I know how to read holes. It was just a matter of me just having that belief in myself and not having such a big like imposter syndrome thing going up top. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Now, talk about that moment. I don't know what game it was. I know it wasn't the same game you scored the 2 touchdowns, but the injury.
Oh,
Talk about just that moment.
That game sucked.
Okay.
That game sucked at first just because Arrowhead is so loud. Even in preseason, it was loud. So
Okay.
I'm trying to hear like the cadence. I'm late off the ball. I can't see the ball because he's under center, so I'm late off the ball. Blocking wasn't what I thought I was gonna be that game. All my big players coming back like illegal man down the field, quarterbacks, pass line scrimmage, or a holding call. So I just like stuff wasn't going well. And then right when I thought things were gonna start getting better, I'm running the outside zone play. I cut up, dude hits my knee, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, like just a little bone bruise. I just caught the worst of it. So I come out, jogging off the field. I come out because I don't stay on the ground long. So I get off the field. I jog off the field, and I like get on the bike and I start biking. And I'm like, okay, I'm cool. Like we got the first down, put me back in. So I go to pick up my helmet, and I like turn. I grab my helmet, my knee stays on the ground, and I'm turning, and I like feel like space. If that makes sense. It's hard to explain how it feels. It's like you just feel space. It doesn't hurt, but you're just like, this
Something
doesn't
weird.
feel right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay, I can't go in anymore. Like, I don't know what's wrong, but I can't go in. So they take me to the blue tent. They do the test. They're like, okay, you got to go to the back. Like, you got to go back to the locker room. So we go back to the locker room. They check it again. He was like, I think you tore your ACL. And I was like, okay. And like it kind of like all hit me at once. Like it's like you feel it like crashing down on you because there was so much that went into me making this team. Like so much studying, so much so much hard work, so much time and effort and things that I won't get back. And not that I regret or anything like that, but it's like you feel that way and you just want to see like whether or not you were good enough to be on the team. Mm-hmm. And like I felt like I did what I was supposed to do. Every time I had an opportunity to make a play, I did my best. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be straight. And for all that to just get wiped away, I was like, for me thinking like, oh, am I gonna get cut? Is like this is it? Like basically, is going through all that. It was a lot because I was just like, my mom's in the stands. I flew her out to that game, so I was like, yeah, I want you to see at least one of these games that I'm in for the preseason, just in case I don't make the team or anything like that. And having to like text her and call her and be like, hey, like it's torn. Like it all hurt because this is like something that's been in the making since I was like 3 years old. This is like me playing at the highest level, and I'm knocking on the door, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like get in, basically. So it was a lot. It was a lot of emotions. Obviously, they caught my mama crying on TV. They missed me crying, which I appreciate.
Okay.
But yeah, there was a lot of emotions going into that, just because you know how it is when you're just like that close to reaching a goal, and it's just like it takes another step away from you, basically.
Now, what was it in terms of them giving you the security to know that it wasn't all over? Like you're gonna initially assume. Was that right away?
Pretty close. I talked to my agent a couple days later because this is the last preseason game, so we have a little bit more time off before things really start get going. And he was like, "Yeah, it's looking like they're gonna put you on IR, but like don't quote me yet. Like we'll see." And then I get called up into Poles' office. Ryan Poles, shout out to the GM. But
shout out to the GM. Oh my God, we made it.
Poles talks to me. He was like, "We're gonna put you on IR, and I want you to be around the facility. I want you to learn because this is gonna be like a redshirt year for you, basically. And I want you to come back better than you were before, and like you'll have an idea what an NFL year is like, an NFL season, so you'll be good. And like we believe in you, basically." Yeah. So once I heard IR, and like they really like want me to be on this team, because they could have cut me and just gave me the injury settlement, and that would have been that. But like they want me on this team, cool. I'm good. Like I'm straight up here because it's like I knew that I did what I had to do to show them that I was worth keeping around, even if I don't play for a whole year. I'm worth keeping around. So that's all I really needed.
And that's big time.
Yeah.
Because how cutthroat it is, and That's big time, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you.
Appreciate it.
So right now you're good. What is the status right now when it comes to your knee?
I can do lateral stuff.
Okay.
I can do jumping stuff.
Okay.
Not where I need to be.
Okay.
Like, but if I was like a weekend warrior, like if I just played at the rec or something like that, I'm cool.
You're good.
I would cut up right now.
Okay. 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 So what is that? Draft is end of April.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be good for camp.
I'll definitely be for training camp.
For training camp for sure. Okay.
For sure. The plan
OTAs.
is we'll see what part of OTAs.
Okay.
We'll see what part of OTAs. It just depends how these next few months go because we report sometime in Aprul.
Okay.
So once we start going, it's kind of up to them because they don't want to rush me either. It's
Okay.
just kind of a situation of we'll see how much load my knee can take and everything like that.
Yeah. Okay. And then what are we to expect from Ian Wheeler in this next year?
Me cutting up again. I'm gonna cut up in the preseason for sure. So that ideally, perfect world. I make the 53. I do my thing. I make an impact on the team. My teammates like me.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully, I'm good enough to where the goal is comeback player of the year. I don't even know if that's possible because I don't know what the rules for comeback player of the year are. But the goal is comeback player of the year. I'm gonna say that's like I'm gonna put it up there.
Make it happen. Yeah.
Let's put it up there and we'll see what happens after that.
We're tagging that. Comeback player of the year right here.
But like fake minor goal. This is so off topic, and I hope you can forgive me. I hope y'all can forgive me.
It's fine.
So Jill Scott. Jill Scott. She has a record. She has an album called The Real Thing, Words and Sounds, Volume 3.
Okay.
Fantastic album.
Okay.
She gets it. So fantastic album.
I'm over here looking stupid.
It's not printed on vinyl. It was only printed on vinyl in Germany.
Okay.
So my goal is I get called up to do some media stuff. Before we ask any questions, I'm gonna be like, Mrs. Jill Scott, I need that.
Okay.
I need a copy of that somehow.
Okay.
And I know you can find one because you wrote it.
Yeah.
Like you made it.
It's yours.
It's yours.
Yeah.
So like if you could just help point me in a direction.
Don't even give me it. I just
say point me in a direction where I can actually get it, I'll be good.
Okay.
Because then if I get a response, that's how I know.
That's how you know you're good.
That's
yeah.
how I know I made it. That's it. That's good.
Shout out Jill Scott.
Shout out Jill Scott.
Black check. Black check. Black check.
Black check.
Shout out Jill Scott. I'm gonna have to look that up now because
The Real Thing, Words to Sound, Volume 3.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic album.
Okay.
It's my favorite Jill Scott album.
I'm sure she's gonna talk about it once I get in the car.
It's so good. You've heard it. I know you've heard A Long Walk before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Duh. Yeah. I mean, duh. Yeah. Okay. Not that slow. Not that uncultured. Okay. I want you to quickly talk about to the people who have the dreams, aspirations for the league, who aren't going to the big shiny schools. What would you say to them? Because it can be a lot. It can be hard. It would be very easy for someone that was in your position to think, oh, I wasn't able to shine in the biggest game. There's no chance. I have no chance. What would you say to everyone that goes to small schools and wants an opportunity in the league?
First thing, play special teams. At least play a little bit of special teams. Being able to have that little bit of experience in college helps a lot, just because you know that you're not too good for it. That's a big thing. Secondly, this is kind of a cliche, but really you have to put your head down and work. That's really all it is. At the end of the day, talent is talent. They find talent everywhere. D1, D2, D3, overseas, they'll find talent anywhere. If you put your head down and work, you have the right work ethic, and you keep striving to be better than you were the day before, even if it's by the smallest of percentages, that's all you can do.
Okay.
Even if it doesn't work out, that's all you can do, because the rest of that stuff's out of your hands. You're competing with hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people. You have to just do your very best and hope for the very best.
Yeah.
And when your opportunity comes about, do your very best. If that's you're a walk-on and you only get 5 opportunities, try to make those 5 ops perfect. If you are going to a small school and you're the star, you guys play a bigger school, like you play a Power 5 or a group of, is it Power 4 now?
I have no idea.
If you play
an NIL team.
If you play a bigger school, do your best against them too. Always just try to do your best every time, and even when you don't do your best, take it in grace. Don't spaz. because they're looking at everything. They're looking at your behavior. They're looking at the way you react to stuff, because this stuff is hard. It gets harder. It just gets more difficult, because it goes from your playbook being this thick, and you have these set plays, and it gets smaller than a week, to your playbook being this big, and they're gonna add stuff, and they're gonna change stuff the day before the game, and we got 17 signals for one play, and 17 code words, and it gets more and more challenging, and it gets more and more cerebral. You have to just know how to do stuff, and being able to have the right mindset for all of it makes it 10 times easier. So, in conclusion, play special teams, have an open mind, and have a clear mind, and believe in yourself. That's really the big one. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself.
Amen. Now I want to give you this final moment to give a message to your mom, someone who, again, I've never met your mom, but seems to play a huge role in your life. Someone that's super important to you. I'll give you a second to look at your camera. Your camera's the one to the right, by the way, and just give your mom some words.
I'll take off my glasses. Mama, I love you. Thank you for telling me to put on this sweater. It's cold out here. Outside of that, you're my rock, and I appreciate you for everything. And I'm excited for what this next year is going to do for us. Shout out, Mom. That was it.
Shout out, Mom. Shout out, Mom. I appreciate you, man. Yeah. I want to say, like I said when I was setting up, you really are one of the most humble dudes I know. For someone that is extremely talented and has been told how extremely talented you are. You were talking about freaks. You're a freaking freak. Like, everybody knows that. But just the way you carry yourself, have always carried yourself, as someone, again, who's a walk-on, who felt like, how most walk-ons get treated. You're kind of just not looked at the same. You treated everyone the exact same. Well, forever remember that. Forever respect and love you for that, man. And I'm rooting for you. I feel like good things happen to good people. And you were like the #1 example of that happening, especially, again, with everything that happened and how it never looked like it was going to go your way. For you to be in the position you're in, you only deserve more. So I'm just happy that, you gave me the opportunity to come here and talk to you, and I was able to shed light on your story.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure. We good.
Wait, do you want to do an intro? You didn't do it at the beginning. Here.
I did say that.
I'll just take a word for it. I don't know.
I definitely said we're here with...
No, you said, okay, so I want to talk about...
No, I literally said... No, I swear to you, I said from... quote me on it. I'm quoting myself.
Quote yourself.
I said from Howard walk-on to NFL running back. I did say that to NFL players.
I'm not even going to get in the middle of this.
You know what?
I'm not going to get in the middle of it. You know what we're going to do?
Hey, look, this is Ian Wheeler, all right?
I guess.
This is Ian Wheeler. I don't know his middle name. What's your middle name?
Don't need it.
Okay. Ian Blank Wheeler, NFL running back for the Chicago Bears, former Howard University Bison, future medical doctor when he's done, retired after 15 years, and he's in the Hall of Fame.
He's doing the
and
whole shebang.
after he does doctorate, he'll probably run for president. You feel what I'm saying? We got to run back another Howard grad. And then when he's done going for president, I mean, what else do you do after that? He's going to write a book. He'll probably write 3 books.
I do want to write a book.
He's going to write a few books. He'll probably have a feature in one of Jill Scott's songs.
Ooh.
He'll probably, you could do like a talk, like the introduction.
I would love to do a little poetry thing going into Jill Scott.
You see what I'm saying? This is a great ass intro. Yeah, I ain't got nothing else to say. Just take a look at him. I'm stepping away.
It's a pleasure, y'all. My teeth look white?
Yeah,
look at that,
white.
man. Look at that.
Yeah, we're good.